This might have been a little bit too long. I'm gonna have to try this on before I seam both of the sides. Actually, maybe I'll just do this one, see how it goes. It's like the top of my jeans right now, which I think is okay, but it's definitely gonna stretch, especially with how the yarn is laying and the stitch that I chose with it. A lot of stretching is gonna happen. Am I gonna have to block it? 60% acrylic, 20% nylon, 20% viscose from bamboo, hence the Caron Colorama bamboo blend. It's machine wash and dryable. I don't think I'm gonna block it. I'm just going to assume that how it is once it's finished, hopefully that's how it's gonna be after it's washed and dried. Normally I lay all my makes flat to dry, and it's a really nice day out, so I could lay it outside too. This is the first time that I've used this yarn, and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, the bamboo blend in it just makes it so silky soft. Also, I love making summertime crochet shrugs. They're fun to layer on literally any outfit. I can wear this to the lake over top of my swimsuit, or out and about as I'm Halloween home decor hunting, throw this over top. Probably my favorite crochet shrug pattern, just because it's like a mindless project. It's really nice when I'm working with a yarn that I haven't used before, because I can just focus then on the yarn and not the pattern, see how it plays, how it lays with each stitch, also which crochet hook I like with it most. I've been going back and forth between my metal hooks and my resin hooks, and both have been working really well. The metal hooks are nice because they have a little bit more weight to them, so if I'm sitting down and crocheting for a very long time, like hours on end, definitely gonna lean more towards my metal hook, but the resin seems to be working just fine with it. And those ones are really fun, and they come in like a bunch of different colorways, so it's fun to match that to my yarn. This is a medium number 4 weight. It says a 5mm crochet hook, and that's what I did for this entire project. The name of this color is called Linen. I think it's gonna go really well with this. So my plan is to make a ton of little ghosts from this today, throw them on the back of the shrug, and then seam everything all together, almost like a campfire ghost story type of shrug, which is probably where I will wear it. 100%, since I can throw this in the washer and the dryer, I don't have to worry about the campfire afterwards and like wearing it, even though I love the smell of campfires. There is a free pattern on the label, and it's a little scarf here. Summertime scarf, I think that would be really nice as well. You can get it on Yarnspirations, so I don't think I'm gonna keep this label. Chain ridged crochet shawl, sorry, nope, not a scarf. It's a shawl. So maybe then, depending how everything goes today and all the parts together, and if I really enjoy it as much as I think I'm going to, because that's the thing, I've been enjoying the process of crocheting with it. It's just so soft. I haven't wanted to stop working with it. There's some other colors too that they have that I might go and try as well, and that's a good yarn to me. If I'm excited about it, I want to work the project up and try other colors that are not normally in my wardrobe. That's pretty good. This can be found at Joann Fabrics. Right now, it's still full price. So each skein of yarn is $12.99. They do have the 20% off coupon. So if you can pick it up in store, like order online, pick up in store, you can get that extra 20% off, which is what I did for this one. There are 18 different colors in total. The one that I've been heavily leaning towards is the dry grass. It looks like matcha tea to me. And this with this darker gray that I have, they're calling this black, but it basically looks gray. I think those two would be really fun together to do some, like maybe like a forest theme type of shrug, a haunted forest. Okay, I love that now. Maybe do some succulents growing out of the bottom of it. I don't know, we have options here. Caron Colorama Bamboo Blend, perfect for all your home decor and fashion needle art projects. You'll love the 369 yards of medium weight acrylic blend that will have you questioning why you did not buy it sooner. Okay, that is true, but here's the thing with me and bamboo yarn. It's like sometimes it works, other times I get really frustrated with it and I don't even finish the project. It is quite a silky type of yarn, so when I'm creating knots with it, I have to do a couple of extra steps just to make sure it stays in place. And depending on the project that I'm using, yeah, it doesn't always work out the way I want it to. Okay, so there's only one end that came in the actual cake of yarn, or 2 ends. The others, I had to like cut a couple of spots because it was really thin as I was pulling it out. Right there, it was like starting to split a little bit. So I cut that and re-knotted it, but I just did it twice and it's holding really well. Like it doesn't want to move. I've been throwing it around the yarn dungeon, moving it from place to place. Some bamboo yarns, just from that, it will come undone. I can't remember if I pulled it from the middle for the other ones or not. Oh, that was really easy. So yeah, I would suggest if you can, pull it from the middle. It's just going to be a lot nicer. This one was kind of a mess, and I wonder if I took the label off and then just pulled it from there. Let's start with my resin hook here. You can see that it is pretty loosely wound. Okay, now we're organized. There we go. This is the other one that I've been using too. Any sort of project that you want to have a lot of drape to and flowy movement, this is going to be a good yarn to check out. All right, I'll just finish up this little square here. It works up really easily on my hook too, so I get into a rhythm with it, which is why I don't want to set it down once I start that project. Okay, I could keep going with it, but there we go. That's what it looks like in the linen. And this is the exact starting point that I had for this entire shrug over here. Let's try this with the metal hook now. This is like the definition of spooky cute. Could not be any happier with how this turned out. In total, I ended up using 2 full cakes of this black yarn, and I want to say a quarter of this. I used it not only for the ghost, which I made quite a few of them. I don't know, I didn't even count. I just kept going and going, although I did see there's a couple of spots on the bottom here. Like, I have some room for a ghost there, and definitely over here a couple more, so maybe 3 more. Then I seamed the 2 sides together with the zigzag stitch. Oh yeah, and then I used the linen color to attach the ghost as well. I just went about it very sporadically. Like, I didn't go into every stitch. Some stitches there was like 2, others I skipped a few. I just wanted to have a little bit more of a distressed look to it to kind of match the zigzag seam. But yeah, so freaking happy with this. I think for what I was wanting, this is the perfect length. Even with the stretch that I'm getting from this, it's a nice coverage without it being super heavy and kind of dragging me down for the summertime weather. Also being a cozy enough blanket wearable to have in my movie room. I'm definitely gonna leave it up here tonight at least. I can have this blanket on me, but then my arms are still free so I can crochet and move around. One of the many things that I love about shrugs. As far as the washer and dryer goes, I did throw the entire project through washer, dryer, that whole sequence there twice. Just wanted to make sure, because when I pulled it out the first time, I was like, there is no way. This feels exactly the same. There was no pileation, it didn't get all fluffy. None of my ends came undone, which is kind of crazy because I didn't weave them in super securely. I just did it, like when I attached it onto here, went back into the ghost once. I didn't even do it twice like I normally do. And I see no ends, like the inside, you can even see right there. It is all woven in. Oh, that's just the seam. I was like, is there one? No. And that one that came out here is from the eye, which I didn't weave in that end at all. The softness level is still there. I didn't lose any of that in the washer or dryer. The dryer really was the only thing that was holding me back, just because it turned out so freaking perfect. I didn't want to ruin it. Put it on delicate, threw it on low, went through the process twice, and it still feels just as soft as it is in the cake here. I had to do a comparison, like side by side. It just seems wild that it could actually go through the dryer. This is gonna be a summer staple for me now, which means I will definitely have to check out some other colors. So let me know in the comments, like, which colors popped out to you? Which ones do you wanna see made into, I really wanna do another one of these ghost story shrugs. I know I probably shouldn't, but I really want to, and I had a lot of fun with it. That was the main thing. So I would say if you were looking at this, interested in trying it out, grab one. There is a ton in this cake of yarn. You have many different projects that you can play around with it. The next thing that I want to see is maybe a market bag. Use a little fishnet stitch, play around with that. Also color work. I would be interested to see how this works up. Especially with color work, it gets really dense and compacted very quickly. And since this is a heavier yarn, I'm curious how that would play out. I feel like it would still have a little bit of drape to it just because of its natural movement, even though all the stitches are like right on top of each other. I could always just do a color work market bag. Maybe I'll end up doing that. Okay, so if I go that direction, what colors are we using for that project? Thanks for hanging out with me today, chatting about the new Yarnspiration Caron Colorama Bamboo Blend. It's a very long name. That's why I had to hold it up again. Just a bamboo blend of yarn. Very silky, soft, drapey. I love it. I hope you had a fun time hanging out with me here in the yarn dungeon, doing a little yarn chit chat. Have a super spooky rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.